So picture this. Every single second, TikTok users watch something like 167 million videos. That's more than the population of Germany watching something every second.
Whoa, that's a lot of cat videos. How on earth do they even decide what to show everyone? It can't just be random.
Exactly. It's not random. It's feed ranking, and it's the backbone of these platforms. Without it, we'd be drowning in content we don't care about. Imagine opening TikTok and only seeing videos about competitive knitting.
Ugh, a horrifying thought. So, feed ranking is about relevance, but what happens when it fails? I mean, aside from the competitive knitting scenario.
Bad feed ranking has real consequences. Think about misinformation. If a platform's algorithm starts prioritizing sensationalist or misleading content, it can spread like wildfire. Remember the 2016 election? A lot of that was amplified by social media algorithms gone wrong. Or think about echo chambers, people only seeing opinions that reinforce their own. It polarizes society.
Right. And commercially, if Instagram shows me ads for things I already bought or have absolutely no interest in, advertisers are wasting money and I'm getting annoyed. It's a lose-lose. So, how do these platforms actually decide what we see? What are the core ingredients?
It all boils down to predicting what you're most likely to engage with. The first key ingredient is user behavior. They're constantly tracking what you watch, like, share, comment on, and even how long you watch something.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like Netflix recommending movies based on my viewing history. If I watch a lot of sci-fi, they'll suggest more sci-fi. But isn't it a bit more nuanced than that? What if I'm exploring new genres?
Absolutely. That's where exploration comes in. Netflix and these social media platforms use things like A/B testing and contextual bandits to show you new things and see how you react. It's a constant balance between showing you what you know you like and introducing you to things you might like. Think about it. If Netflix only showed you sci-fi, you'd never discover that you actually enjoy quirky indie comedies.
So they're not just reacting to my past behavior, they're actively trying to shape it. That feels a bit manipulative.
It can be if done poorly, but the goal is to create a more engaging experience. And honestly, it's incredibly complex. They're not just looking at your individual behavior, they're looking at aggregate trends. What are people like you watching? What's trending in your geographical area?
Okay, so user behavior is the first ingredient. What's next?
The second big piece is content relevance. This is where things get really interesting. They're using natural language processing, or NLP, and computer vision to understand what the content is actually about.
So they're not just looking at hashtags and captions.
No way. That's just the surface level. They're analyzing the audio, the visuals, even the mood of the video. They want to understand if it's funny, informative, controversial, or whatever. Think about YouTube. They use content relevance to categorize videos and match them with relevant ads.
That makes sense. So if I upload a video about baking sourdough bread, they'll use computer vision to identify the ingredients and techniques and then target it to people who are interested in baking.
Exactly. And it goes even deeper. They can analyze the comments to see what people are saying about the video. Are they asking questions? Are they sharing tips? Are they complaining about the recipe? All of that information feeds back into the algorithm. Even the background music plays a role.
Wow, it's like they're trying to understand the content on a human level. What's the third ingredient?
The third key piece is engagement metrics. This is all about how other people are reacting to the content. Are they liking it? Are they sharing it? Are they leaving comments? And perhaps most importantly, are they watching it all the way through?
Ah, the dreaded watch time. I've heard that's a huge factor.
It is. Watch time is a strong signal of quality and relevance. If people are dropping off after a few seconds, that tells the algorithm that the content isn't engaging. It's like Amazon using customer reviews to rank products. The more positive reviews, the higher the product appears in search results.
So even if a video has a lot of likes, if people aren't watching it all the way through, it won't rank as high.
Correct. And it's not just about the quantity of engagement, it's also about the quality. A thoughtful comment is worth more than a simple like. A share to a relevant group is worth more than a share to a general audience. They're trying to understand the impact of the content. Think about it. A viral video that generates a lot of short-lived buzz might not be as valuable as a video that sparks a long-term conversation.
Okay, so we've got user behavior, content relevance, and engagement metrics. That seems like a pretty comprehensive system. But what's the biggest mistake engineers make when building these systems?
Here's where it gets interesting. The biggest mistake is focusing too much on optimizing for short-term engagement. They get so caught up in maximizing clicks and views that they forget about the long-term consequences.
What do you mean?
Think about it. If you only show people what they already agree with, you create filter bubbles and echo chambers. If you only prioritize sensationalist content, you contribute to the spread of misinformation. It's like optimizing for profit at the expense of ethical considerations. It works in the short run, but it can have devastating consequences in the long run.
So it's about finding a balance between engagement and ethical responsibility.
Exactly. And that's incredibly difficult. It requires a deep understanding of human psychology, sociology, and even political science. It's not just a technical problem, it's a human problem. Look at Facebook's struggles with misinformation and polarization. They built a system that was incredibly effective at driving engagement, but it also had some unintended and very harmful consequences.
It's a classic case of unintended consequences. You optimize for one thing and something else breaks. So what should engineers do differently? What are some practical takeaways?
Okay, here are 3 things engineers should keep in mind when building feed ranking systems. First, don't be afraid to experiment with diversity. Actively introduce users to new perspectives and viewpoints. Think of it like a well-balanced diet. You need a variety of nutrients to stay healthy. Your information diet is no different.
That makes sense. Variety is the spice of life and the antidote to echo chambers. What's the second takeaway?
Second, prioritize long-term value over short-term clicks. Focus on building relationships and fostering meaningful conversations, not just generating fleeting moments of engagement. Think of it like building a house. You want a solid foundation, not just a flashy facade.
So focus on building a community, not just an audience.
Precisely. And third, be transparent about how the algorithm works. Give users more control over what they see and why they're seeing it. Think of it like a black box versus a glass box. People are more likely to trust a system that they understand. Google does a decent job with this, explaining why certain search results appear for specific queries.
Transparency builds trust. I like that. So to recap, experiment with diversity, prioritize long-term value, and be transparent about the algorithm.
Exactly. And remember, feed ranking isn't just about showing people what they want to see. It's about shaping the world they live in.
That's a pretty heavy responsibility.
It is, but with great power comes great responsibility.
So it's not just about what you click, it's about the world you create.